Welcome back to the Tap Tap Podcast. I'm your host, Cody Chase Duncan, and today we're here with the one and only Herbert. How are you?
Yeah, good mate, good.
Good. Thank you for coming, first of all.
Thanks for having me.
I really appreciate it. First question we always ask, tell us a bit about yourself. Full name, because I can't pronounce your last name. Sorry.
Herbert Leota, Sydney-based music video director. Recently premiered our feature film with Leota, Neverland, and still working.
Neverland, we've got the pillow here because we took the pillow if we were supposed to. I think we were. How was that process total overall? With obviously you done music videos like the Neverland movie. What was the difference between going from music videos to like the movie?
Oh, just mainly scale, and the fact that we have to worry about dialogue. The structure is definitely different, like the preparation period, like pre-production, then going into production, and then post was the longest. Post-production took ages.
Yeah, would have, yeah. Especially, like, you said a massive team. How much probably on you? 20, 30? Like...
Oh, I can't. I didn't count.
There's no head count.
Yeah,
no roll call. So that, like, obviously that's insane itself. Was there... We'll go back to, like, where you kind of first got into, like, the film industry and, like, music videos. Was there, like, a passion for it growing up, or...?
Yeah, 100%. I would say around year 10, I started watching movies and actually watching them for like analysis, reading them as texts. I guess you could say it started it in my English classes, and then got into extension English, and then it just got deeper from there. And one of my main mentors, my teacher, Mr. Horsbrough, he saw I had a knack for it, and from there just grew a passion and a love for film. And then year into that, I knew I wanted to be a filmmaker.
Yeah, shit. So it was all like obviously a high school thing. And did you go straight into your course straight after school, or was there like a gap year, or?
To be honest, like I considered becoming a tattoo artist for a minute. Yeah, just because I've been an illustrator, like a drawer, like my whole life since I was little. But I decided to go with my media arts degree at UNSW.
Yeah. I feel like it's both from a very creative industries. Is that how would you describe yourself? Creative type of person?
Yeah.
Did you end up tattooing people, or you didn't really go down that path?
Yeah, I've tattooed some. I got like a little tattoo set at home, and tattooed a few of my mates. So
yeah, that's mad.
Yeah.
Is it hard? I feel like it would be hard, like the pinning. I don't know.
Oh, it's definitely not the same as a pen. It's heavier, and there's way more stress because that's permanent.
Yeah, I've got oh no, it's gone. I had a butterfly tattoo stick on. I put it on the other day. It's gone now. I was there for 4 days, so it lasted well. So obviously outside of obviously with the movie, congratulations first of all. It was a good premiere. How'd you find going to the premiere and that stuff? Did it hit you like, oh shit, this is real, or?
Yeah. It was crazy. Like it's surreal. Like you would see like the who's who of the scene. Like people I've never met before, and just crazy. I was really nervous at the start before it because I knew I had a speech, and low-key kept messing with me, like saying like, "Oh, Daily Telegraph's here" and stuff, and I'm just like, "Come on, bro, come on."
Daily Telegraph. Was the Daily Telegraph there? No.
I have no idea who was there.
You were like freaking Forbes or something there. Obviously you said in your speech, like that you kind of like got the call up. How was that process of getting the call up to actually work on the movie?
So after during my honors year for uni, I created a short film which ran for like about 19 minutes. I did that with my mates, and it was called Westies. So and that was a crime drama as well. So it's sort of always been my the genre that I've been working within, and particularly based in Western Sydney. But highlighting the way we talk, our area, the places that we go to, what we do, like hang out parks and stuff, session with the boys, this, that. And then Dennis Selick, Max Out Films, I don't know how he saw it, but he got his eyes on it, and then this is funny, like I answered his call out on Gumtree. He was looking for a video editor, and then he saw my resume and he saw Westies, and he's like, "Oh, you directed Westies." And from there he brought me on to direct some early music videos with Elijah Yo. I also helped him on a lot of B-Cam stuff, early 1.4 and all that.
Yeah, that's mad how it's like one small thing, and like Gumtree.
Yeah, I know, and you know, it took a couple years, like just working at Woolworths, and then, you know, intermittently getting onto projects and helping him out. And then one day he gave me a call and he said this low-key bloke wanted to make a movie. And I didn't believe him at the start, but yeah, we got to the table and that man was serious. He was serious.
She had to locate in the crew. Yeah, it's such a crazy like thing how obviously it all led up to that. We should get a sponsor from Gumtree. Shout out to Gumtree. Does anyone really use Gumtree as much anymore? I feel like they do, yeah.
Yeah, check out the freebies page. There's always something.
Yeah, there's actually a big business model in like flipping stuff for free. Like you get stuff off eBay, Facebook Market for free, and you just flip it for like $10, $20.
Yeah.
Like,
I have mates who've done that.
Yeah, I thought about it, but I was like, oh, I don't know. Self-fake shit.
Commitment.
Yeah, it's a commitment. Well, obviously music videos too. It's been like a lot of the last 2-3 years of your music video stuff has been like just getting better and better and crazier, eh? How's that experience been? Working with artists and other videographers too.
I was really lucky after the filming of Neverland. Biordi brought me on board to start directing a lot of their artists, from Young and Lips to Pistol Pete and Enzo and Billy Marie. And you know, that gave me a platform and like an opportunity to build my portfolio before Neverland came out. Yeah. And since then, you know, I've expanded outside and met like more artists from different areas, from, you know, the South to, you know, City Boys and Melbourne even. So it's been crazy. What's the process of like, obviously a movie, there's a lot of writing involved and that stuff. What's the process of just like setting up a music video? Is there a lot of like planning, or is it just like? Oh my god, yeah, yeah. I'm looking for a producer actually, because I'm getting sick of organizing everything. Yeah. But no, it's a lot of preparation. You got to conceptualize things with the artist, see if it's in their tone, you know, if it works towards the image that they're after. And yep, you got to hit up like, you know, the cars, the locations. You got to see if everyone's free, because it's not just me, you know, I'm not the camera guy. I'm just the director. You know, I typically work with Aaron Bull or Skylake Media, Aman Sharma, who was also the DOP for Neverland. And and obviously Maxed Out Films, he does my lighting, and Liam Patrick, he's my other gaffer as well. Shout out to those boys. Shout out to those boys. And girls. I think there's one girl there. No, maybe not. No, there's no girls on. Sometimes sometimes Raylene comes on. What's DOP stand for anyone that doesn't know? DOP means Director of Photography. Director. That makes sense, yeah. I don't know why I thought that was something else. I don't know what I thought that was. Anyways, if anyone's watching, that's what it is. How was it working? Like, obviously you've networked huge with like different videographers and that stuff. Is it, has it felt like not real of how quick it's gone over the last 2-3 years? Or do you feel like it's just like... No, it's super real, because it's very intensive. It's very intensive, and the turnarounds tend to be really quick, especially for music videos. Like, I mean, the longest project has been Neverland for me. But how long did that take production-wise? Total, you reckon? Total, it's been 2 years. So from 2020 to you know, just last week, you know. And so I can finally chill. I can finally chill out, you know. Especially Aman, you know, he DOP'd the whole thing, and then he was the editor as well. So he had 2 jobs. Yeah, it's such a mad experience having on your resume now, like behind you, in the sense of stuff. Like to be honest, I wouldn't say it would make a music video feel easier, but like it would feel definitely different to doing from a movie to a music video. Absolutely. My mindset was, if we can make a feature film, then we could do music videos. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. I feel like that's probably the hardest thing I'd say with a movie is like the speaking stuff. Because in a music video, you obviously have some sort of dialogue or like story side of it, but like you can block out a lot of noise and sound from the bloody actual music itself. So I feel like having people speak, like I can imagine there'd be a lot of bloopers on that Neverland movie. Oh, yep. And we did, at the end of the premiere, you actually saw the blooper reel, and it was a massive throwback, because I forgot all those moments. You know? Yeah, you all look different too. Yeah. I mean, especially the young boys like Bailey Boy and Skinny and Keanu, like, you know, it's been 2 years, and they were like 20, 21, that age, and they're grown now. Yeah. They're men. They're men. Boys to men. Shout out to Boys to Men. I'm going to get the song to play around in the background. But obviously, with the
creativity side, do you like constantly write stuff, or is it just when something like, do you keep ideas down in case of that kind of comes up? Like, say, like, I don't know, do you have like a list of ideas that you want for a movie?
I definitely have like scripts like in the vault, or even just the start of them. I write down a lot in my notes if something comes up.
Yeah.
Just try and keep track of stuff, but yeah.
Do you have a favorite genre you want to produce movies for? Wise, like,
look, crime drama is always a favorite of mine, and like I love crime drama movies. But I would love to do like more action based stuff.
yeah.
You know, more comedy. Yeah.
Yeah, some James Bond shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, James Bond, that's, yeah.
the Australian James Bond, Daryl Bond or something.
Daryl Bond.
Daryl Bond.
Daryl Bond.
Saviour of bloody, I don't know, Johnny's Kebabs. Shout out to Johnny's.
You're shouting out at everyone.
Yeah, shout out to everyone. I'm trying to get a sponsor here, but nothing's working. Obviously, yeah, so Neverland, like, with the name, does the name mean anything?
Well, my interpretation, I think, you know, Keys touched on it. It's sort of the illusion that, you know, the crim life sort of presents itself to, you know, the outside world. You know, you see the flashy cars, the money, you know, the hot women.
Yeah.
You know, that attracts a lot of people, and you know, it's you know, it can be nice, I assume. You know, but you know, what we're trying to say is that, like, it's not the only way. You know, like, there are other avenues where you can achieve those things and acquire those things if that's what you're into. But yeah, it's just like a dream, like, you know, Neverland.
That's what I think the movie really represented, like the youth life of Sydney, and like how, because what they like, if you have, I'm probably gonna spoil a little bit here, but if you haven't watched the movie, I'm not gonna spoil it actually, but pretty much it's three young guys trying to make spoiler alert.
Do it. No.
So Spider-Man comes in about midway. So like with I feel like it really represents the youth of Sydney at the moment, especially like last night's Easter show stabbing. I don't know if you saw that. Rest in peace to the young guy and family. Hopefully they're all well. But I feel like it really represents that, like, the Sydney youth are trying to prove something, and they're trying to prove it in a way where it's like streets and gang and violence is the way. But I feel like, as you, like, say you're a quite creative person, you're now a director, you obviously said you were going to go down tattoo industry. I feel like there's more to life than this gang shit. It's like, I think schools need to implement something to express people's creativity, to be honest. Because I feel like it's blocking, like, see how much Australian artists have come up in the last, like, 2 years. Because they're starting to realise, shit, you can actually make decent money, or you can make a life out of this music.
Yeah, absolutely. The kids need to know that, like, there's other outlets out there, and you can express yourself in different ways, and, you know, ideas of, you know, I mean, if we're talking to the men specifically, I think a lot of that stuff is performative. You know, you're trying to prove something, and it's not real. You know? So I think the movie questions, like, what is real? You know what I mean? And I think what's real is, you know, your family and your loved ones, doing the right thing by them and by yourself. Yeah. And just focusing on the right things. Yeah,
no, 100%. I agree. Literally, that's what the film obviously represented, and it's actually, like, I feel like the Sydney youth now is, I don't know if it's getting worse or it's just more publicised now, but there's a lot of, like, violence in the, like, youth system at the moment. I don't know what's happened, but it's a pretty scary shit.
Yeah. There are things that happen that are out of their control, and it does affect them. And you know, some people are just born into that life. Yeah. And they can't help it, which is a reality. Yeah. But, you know, for the ones who can make a decision, who can, you know, it sometimes, you know, you have to go through the hardships and stuff of, you know, excluding yourself from that stuff and finding another way. Just there's always a choice. I believe there's always a choice.
No, 100%. There's a choice one way or another. Good song. We've obviously like, you grew up in Western Sydney, yeah?
Yep. Blacktown.
B-Town. How was that?
It was great. We moved to Australia in 2000, and my family's still there now, but me and my brother's up in, you know, Homebush. But growing up in Blacktown and working there for majority of my life, it's been good.
Yeah. Blacktown's really nice.
That's the area.
West Point. I
Shout
don't
out to
know,
West Point. Shout out to Blacktown Woolworths.
Blacktown Workers Club, Blacktown McDonald's, KFC too. Did you go to school in Blacktown or out of suburbs?
No, I didn't actually. I went to Parramatta Marist.
Yo,
Yeah,
I
so
used to
I'm a
go
Marist
for
boy.
footy. You play footy there?
No, I played for Toonie Tigers for rugby league, and
Yeah.
then Hills Rugby Club for rugby union.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
mad. What would you prefer, league or union?
Union, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like I prefer union because you don't have to be as fit. That's why. That's why.
Is that true? Is that true?
I don't know. I just feel like you can carry excess weight and not get too tired. Like league's very go go go. I
You
feel
know
like
what,
union you can have a little bit of a stoppage unless you're like in the scrum, then you're pretty screwed. But sorry about that, or the forwards.
Yeah, I can say that the forwards worked harder than the backs.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. What position you play in league?
I was a centre.
Centre, yeah.
Centre wing.
How long did you play for?
Probably more than 10 years, over
Yeah,
10 years.
yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
was a
mad.
childhood thing going into my teens, and then I kind of stopped once I reached 18, year 12, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of boys drop out around that age, 17, 18, where it's like, I don't know, you either go make it in the NRL or you don't. Like, you either take that pathway, that leap, or you don't. You obviously Polynesian background.
Yep, Samoan.
Samoan. I'm not
Samoan born.
Yeah, Samoan. Over there too?
Yeah, I was born in Samoa, Apia.
And then you went to New Zealand? No.
Yeah. We hopped over to New Zealand when I was really young, and then came here in 2000.
Yeah, how was it growing up in like the Polynesian household and shit?
Strict.
Yeah.
Very strict. And, the creative route isn't really typical for us, so it was a bit hard for my parents to accept.
Yeah.
But I'm stubborn, so I just do what I do, and I kept doing it. Got kicked out a couple times, but it is what it is, and I wouldn't be who I am today without my parents and the guidance they gave me.
100%. I feel like that's what it is. Like, if there's any like young people watching this with your parents, like you might not always have the same agreement. Because I think a lot of people in life forget like everyone's got their own shit going on.
Yeah.
So like, say for instance, like even like, you know, when you're a kid and you look at your parents and you're like, oh, they seem like they have figured it out. But then you start to realize when you get older, like no one has it figured out at all. And like, that's why I always say like, even though you might fight with your parents, at the end of the day, like there's still love there behind everything. Like even if it's like shit or it's good, bad, like it all works out. And at the end of the day, shout out to mum. Love you, mum.
Love you, mum.
But yeah, so obviously footy, and then do you draw? Obviously you do drawing for your tattoo. Do you still draw? Do you still do art at the moment?
I did art exhibitions throughout my uni years, but it's kind of been integrated into my filmmaking now. So like I just use it as an asset. So I use it for my storyboarding and just visualization.
That's
stuff.
one thing I was with storyboarding, bro. That shit, like I've seen your drawings on your storyboards. Like the first time I met you on that set was like I walked into a room and like the whole room was like covered in paper. And I was like, what the fuck? What's this guy on, bro? And there's caffeine and like energy drinks. I was like, is this guy good, bro? How was that experience storyboarding for a movie?
Like my experience with short films, so you know I've done it then, so it was just like short films times 100.
Yeah. So
every scene had to be, storyboarded, visualized, every camera movement, thought about, shot listed. It was a really grueling process because, you just want to get on set and shoot it, but, like preparation is key. So it had to be done.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, and the drawings actually look really good, like identical to some of the actors. Like I've seen your music video storyboards when you put them on your story sometimes, and I'm like, it actually looks like the actor.
Oh yeah,
like
I mean that helps them.
Yeah,
that helps them get into it, and like sometimes a real like head spin, like trying to really, because it's a storyboard, so it's supposed to be rough, but like I want it to be as good as possible, as close as possible.
Do you keep the drawings after, or you check them out?
Man, I think I've kept some of the Neverland storyboards, whatever I could find, and then most of my stuff's on my iPad now, so I use Procreate.
Yeah. Fuck, it's crazy technology how it's come with like a lot. That's the iPad 1A.
Yeah, just everything's on my iPad now.
A lot easier.
Yeah, so much easier. So much easier.
You have to go and get A4 piece of paper.
Yeah, with an eraser and stuff. Just nah.
It's so much easier. You remember Tux Paint in school? You know Tux Paint?
Nope.
Oh,
no idea.
Tux Paint's a little... Anyways, shout out Tux Paint. I gotta stop shouting people. Sorry, guys. Yeah, and obviously, the effort they put into the premiere and like the hype behind Neverland was insane. Like pillows at the premiere, I was so impressed. Like
Yeah, I know. I took like 8 for myself.
I know, I saw.
Yeah. Hey, they said take them. So.
I was sitting next to Mr. Scene and he's like, "Can we take the pillows?" And I was like, "I don't know, bro. Should we? Should we put it under our jacket?" I was like, "I mean, who's gonna take these pillows if we don't?"
Yeah, they were giving them out at the end.
Yeah.
They actually took garbage bags home, so I think there's going to be heaps at the BOD office.
Yeah, that's mad though.
Overstocked.
I wonder where you even get custom-made pillows from.
Oh, I'm sure there's a local Sydney
If
place.
anyone can make me a custom-made pillow, shout out to them. Stop shouting people out. What we're going to do, we're going to take a little break and we'll be back in a second. Stay tuned for this little ad. Welcome back. That was an ad. Hope you enjoyed the ad. Anyways, back to the conversation. How was the break? Good? How good's Gatorade, eh?
Mate, yeah, Gatorade over Powerade, I think.
Yeah, lately, have you had Maximus?
Yeah.
They're only good because they're cheap.
Yeah.
Shout out to Gatorade if you're watching.
And
Want
a
to
big
sponsor?
pause.
Hey, yo. All right, we'll talk a bit about the Neverland movie because we'll dig a little bit deeper into that. Actors wise, how was it working with the artists as actors?
Super funny, eh? Everyone is just like a natural comedian. Like Bally Boy is just, he's a character, and Skinny, my god,
Yeah,
that man could like have his own comedy show.
you could see it portrayed in the acting too for Skinny, especially.
Oh, he didn't have to act, to be honest. He was just being himself.
He just rocked out.
Yeah.
And obviously some big stars in it, like and it's crazy because all the people that were in the movie, I would say they're like probably 3 times bigger than they were back in when you started filming.
Oh yeah, especially Spanian.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spanian's blown up like right after the movie. He's just, releasing all his music. Then now he's on his own podcast.
Yeah.
I watch that like every time. It's crazy.
Same, mate. It's a really good podcast.
Yeah. Not as good as Tap Tap, but not Jay.
No. Well, this is the second best podcast. Number 1 is The Search. I really like it because and I never realized how big his following on like YouTube subscribers are.
Oh, how many?
I think he just hit 1 mil, didn't he?
Did he?
Nah, 100K. Sorry, not 1 mil.
Oh,
sorry.
bro. I mean, that's still great.
Yeah, he
that's
just
still
hit
crazy.
because he got a little gold medal plat thing. So I don't know. I don't think it's 1 mil, but because even his podcast episodes like 300K views.
Crazy.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Imagine that, a Woolo boy. Now he's 100K subscribed podcast.
Yeah.
So that's insane.
Even just his mindset on life is like next level. Like the shit, like his real talks, what are they called? Hood talks, I think it was.
Yeah.
He'd say stuff that like people would be like, "Oh, this guy's a flop," and then like the more you listen to it, you're like, "Bro, this guy actually knows what he's talking about."
Yeah, I guess in jail you have a lot of things. You have a lot of time to think about things. So a lot of opinions form and a lot of perspective.
It's crazy how everything in your life and experience-wise makes up the person you are. Like that still fascinates me to today. It's something so simple, but like every good and bad thing that's happened in the last. How old are you now? 21. Stop it.
Is that because I shaved my beard?
But like
27.
Last 27 years, the person that like everything that's happened, good and bad, has like shaped you, which is like the craziest shit. Like, and you're still young, bro. 27. Fuck. I'm young, but you're young.
Yeah, no. I mean, I imagined myself. Well, my dream was always to, become a film director, and I always thought that was going to be in my 30s. After I've accumulated more life experience. But I got the call, and 25 was when we did it.
Yeah, bro, that's crazy. Like, I feel like that's one thing I try to avoid, putting like too much of a timeline on anything. Like, say, like be, I don't know, the best podcast by 25. Because then in my head, I'm just like always thinking about that rather than actual, like in the moment. I'm like, fuck. But it's good that you got it done early, and like, it's just the start, as you said. Do you have any like ideas that you want to like kind of put forward to like producers and that stuff, like in the sense of a movie?
For feature films, not really right now. Like the next one I want to make more personal, I guess. Whether it's in the area or in Sydney, I'm not sure, but I would love to work in other genres. But I definitely do have short films that I'd like to do, which is still area based. Yeah,
that's probably the best thing. I reckon you'd make a good comedy.
Oh, bro, you should help me write it. You're a comedian.
No. I'm not a comedian. I'm just a funny guy. She's got funny bones. What's the one in your elbow? The weenus? Yeah, it's my funny bone.
The weenus?
It's your funny bone. It's your funny bone. You know when you get on the table?
Is it actually called the weenus?
Yeah, it is. The weenus. Did you not know that?
That's the medical term.
The weenus is here. It's your weenus.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah, please don't quote me on that, any doctors, because I'm sure. I'm a PT. I should know this, actually. It is your weenus, and then there's another weenus downstairs. Anyways.
Come on, bro. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. We're going to get on to our segments. Actually, before we do that, any like advice you got for any young creators, creative people, or anyone that wants to get into the film industry?
Find your mentors. Find the people that you align with, who have a bit more experience than you, and kind of just learn. Always be like, I'm still learning. You know what I mean? Like, everyone should just perpetually be learning throughout their whole life. You're never gonna stop learning, and like, if you think that you're there, trust me, you're not. You're not.
That's a good one, to be honest. People get in the mindset of like, oh, I've made it, but like, I feel like in life you just never make it.
No, don't get comfortable.
Yeah, comfortability is a killer. Been there, done that. Anyways.
Not as comfortable as these Neverland pillows.
These Neverland pillows. You can buy them at the neverland.com store.
Nah, we're not selling them.
I'm joking. I want to make TapTapPodcast if anyone wants to buy a pillow. That'll be $4.50.
You already got a price and everything. $4.50 plus GST.
Yeah, GST, and then delivery is $25. International Australia shipping. It's got that little disclaimer at the bottom. The New South Wales government is business.
Jesus.
We're gonna get into our segments. If anyone's been watching, we have changed this segment thanks to Ash. She calls it the deep shit segment. It's supposed to be deep questions, but we're gonna call it the deep shit. Deep shit. Anyways, deep question. All right. This is gonna go real deep. If you had like a say,
Whoa.
yo, but yeah. Anyways, deep shit. All right. Let's say you're at the bottom part of like, say like shit just went wrong. Say like, let's say you're like, you got a family, kids, whatever. You just lost your kids. Don't want to see your partner left you, your house left you, whatever. The bottom of the bottom, whatever they want to call it. And someone like, what would you do in that situation?
If I had kids and a family,
Like if everything just went shit all in your life.
Some
Deep shit, eh?
well, first thing is like, I would physically talk to the mirror, talk to myself. You can do that in your own head. You just got to remember that this isn't the end. You have to understand that you reach the bottom, but from there you can only go to the top. So you got to get your mentality right. You got to remind yourself who you are and what you're here for, and you got to have your constants. You gotta get back into it. Have your rhythm, and take it step by step, day by day, however long, minute by minute. Whatever you need. Understand that there's no rush, but don't hide from anything. Confront it. Yeah. Confront it.
Yeah, I saw something today. There's a quote I've been using a lot lately to embrace it, face it, or erase it. And it's like such a simple thing, but it's like any situation that happens, let's say so you can erase it, which obviously means get rid of it. Face it, which is like head on it, or embrace it and just accept it and kind of like be like, yo, let's go. But yeah, man, that's a good answer actually. That's really good. That's the first time I've asked that question on the podcast. So
that's a good question.
It's a debut. Next deep shit question. Would you rather live the rest of your life without lips or a nose? Actually, without a tongue, not lips. Without a tongue or a nose? Taste or smell? It's a big one.
I'm going to say tongue. So
without a tongue?
Yeah, without a tongue. So at least superficially, I look normal. You know what I mean? I can just
actually, yeah, that's
I'd
cool.
still be like that, but like open my mouth, there's no tongue. So
Yeah, that's a good point actually. You just wouldn't be able to talk.
yeah, I'd just be like this.
Yeah, I actually never thought about not having a nose. I was going to say no nose.
My nose makes my face, bro. This is a Polynesian nose, brother. Broad and flat.
Broad and flat.
This is, I used to get teased for this in primary school, bro.
Really?
So yeah, this is who I am.
Yeah, fucking no nose.
No one judged me on my tongue, so.
No one really knows who he is.
Oh my god.
Comedy show, but I need some sound effects. Yeah, I always forgot, like, if you don't have a nose, you want to have the thing, like the nose there.
I mean, both affect taste, so. But
yeah,
like,
that's a good point.
But then, yeah, if you lose your tongue, then you got no taste. So.
Yeah, that's pretty scary, actually. Oh, no more limb questions. I gotta stop asking these limb questions. It's always like, do you want no arms or legs?
Oh, that's a tough one.
It is, Yeah. No arms or legs.
Is that a question or?
Actually, yeah, I'd put that as a question because I keep asking limb ones.
I say no legs, so I don't have to train legs anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, good point. You been going gym? You go gym?
Yeah,
Train?
bro. Yeah, I train with Cody Duncan from Journey 2.
Yeah. Shout out to Journey 2.
Shout out to Journey 2.
Good gig. Obviously training and like, do you reckon training helps your creative side? Like it helps you express like a different way?
Absolutely. I can definitely see that, and I know like bodybuilders and people and fitness people, like it's their way, it's their outlet. Going back onto outlets, and a lot of people do consider like their body as a piece of art.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like I feel like the thing with people like that, like just some people don't train at all. Like obviously, because like as a PT, I always see like sometimes people come up to me and they're like 30, 35 and they never train in their life. Like they never even thought about going to the gym, and then like something clicks. I always think like how it's not a normal thing to look after your body. Do you think, like I just find it weird that it's not, you know what I mean? Like,
is it?
What?
It's a normal thing for what?
No, it's like, it's not a normal thing to look after your body. Like a lot of people neglect the gym and looking after their body. Like it's got more popular now, I'd say in the last 5-6 years in the industry, like fitness industry. But like there was a time where like no one even thought about going to the gym. It was like only bodybuilders.
Yeah, I guess shout outs to Ziz.
Yeah.
For sparking the Australian new wave of fitness, because I was in high school during the time of Ziz, and everyone's doing the pose, this, that, and I definitely know that like kids in my year started going gym and stuff, and it just sparked that you could do everything else, you can do the work, you can do all your other like other stuff, but then you could also look after yourself physically, and I believe you have to be holistic about yourself. You have to look after your mental and your physical. It's all connected.
Yeah, well, in everyone's journey, at the end of the day, you're the main character. And if you look at every movie, the main character, or I shouldn't say every movie, but most of the main characters are always working on themselves in some sort of a way. Like you got to be the hero in your own story that a lot of people probably neglect a little bit. Like the amount of confidence you get to training is like beyond, like you just don't feel shit. You just don't feel shit about yourself. Sometimes you do, but like there's times where some trauma coming up. but like just the feeling after gym is like such a release. It's like whoa, it's like what the fuck just happened.
Yeah, your body loves it, man. Like your cells are telling you, yeah, I love it. You got to keep doing this. Like you're building yourself up, and it's healthy.
Yeah, 100%. Especially mental health wise, I think it's huge. Like just that release and that thing. How was your experience, like obviously balancing work with life and like your mental health and your training? Was it hard to balance at first when everything kind of came in?
Yeah, to be honest, I would prioritize work over my health, but since Neverland, I've gone back into the gym more consistently and made it a priority for myself, and it also helps me on set. Like when we started doing legs and I started going heavier, like I can stand for longer. Yeah, I got a wing scapula as well, and it's really helped because like my endurance, you just see me, I just get drained from my injury, but like I'm a bit stronger now. I got a bit more endurance, and Journey 2 helped me.
Journey 2 the.
And shout out to Journey 2 for sponsoring Neverland as well, and all the other sponsors.
Yeah, gang, shout out to our sponsors. Journey 2 guy is pretty handsome. J2. There's some obviously it's crazy to see all the videographers and that and like everyone that was on the cast in Neverland have now gone and done their own thing like times 20. Like not even just the artists and that stuff, but like say you, Skylake, Aaron, like everyone's just like boom, like pumping out videos and shit. Like it's crazy to see. Like it's really good for the scene actually.
Yeah, and like it's quality. You know what I mean? We're doing the big setups. We're getting like crazy lenses. We're shooting on Aries. Our lighting is like next level. Like we're we used to look up to America and the UK, but I feel like we're starting to catch up now. In terms of everything.
Do you have a plan to go overseas and do work overseas, or is it more just staying in Australia?
I would love to see what Hollywood is like. Even the UK, but for now I just want to stay in Australia, stay in Sydney, and build here.
Yeah, 100%.
Because this is my foundation.
Yeah,
so.
I think because obviously the Aussie music scene has just boomed in the last like 3 years. I reckon the film industry here is just gonna get bigger. I think this is the time for film to break out now, like Australian-based film. Like they just announced the first Amazon one, Amazon Australian film that they've started production soon.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah, and it's like something as small as that is like...
Yeah, an issue that we've had, I feel, because there are like heaps of Australian films that get made every year. They get pushed out, and we have some great films. I've watched a lot of them, and I think our issue is just like distribution and just, I don't know, for some reason no one knows about these films. Like, you know, they do the festival routes and they get their awards and acclamation, but like to the everyday man, like no recognition, like no one knows. So
we need like an Australian Wood.
Yeah, Aussie Wood.
Aussie Wood. Oh, yeah, that sounds so much better.
Aussie Wood.
Aussie Wood. Sydney Wood. Nah. We'll get a big sign in Punch Bowl. Sydney Wood next to Lakemba. Lakemba markets. I'm actually... you see Lakemba, like all the Lakemba markets are back up this year?
Yep.
Yeah, I actually might go there. Not tonight. I might go tonight. On the weekend. It actually looks really good. The food. Yeah. Have you had Camel burgers?
No, but I've seen TikToks and it looks pretty cracker. I mean, yeah. Yeah,
how good. Bro, TikTok as well. Let's talk about TikTok because I love this topic. You're on TikTok, yes?
Yep.
Yes, you have more followers than me.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Just not comparing. No. But how is TikTok like a big part of the actual production of it? Because I feel like the behind the scenes of Neverlands, putting that out on TikTok would blow up.
Oh, that's a good idea. Dennis Max Out Films, you should put that reel up on TikTok. It'll blow up.
Yeah, actually it would because I was watching that reel and I made a little feature. I liked it.
Oh yeah, we were working out on set.
But like even watching that, like you see all the stuff and you're like, I think people, the public eye, because they see a movie, that's what they really see. I don't think they realize the hard work that goes behind it.
No, not typically. No.
Like which is like it's sad to see because like sometimes people like throw comments and shit out there, but like. It's like a music video. I don't think people will see the effort that actually goes into making a song, producing it. It's not like an overnight thing.
No, definitely not. Like we put months into preparation for Neverland and for music videos as well. You know, it could be months, it could be weeks, but like it's a lot of hours.
Yeah, it's fuck a lot of sleepless nights.
But yeah, like you said, people only see the last 20%.
Exactly.
But like
tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, there you go. Iceberg metaphor.
Iceberg.
Good one.
What we're going to do is we've got about 6 minutes. 6. That sounded dodgy as hell. Anyways, life advice for any youth.
Life advice for any youth.
Any youth.
Love yourself, follow your passion, and fuck the haters.
Fuck the haters. Who? Pumped up.
Yeah.
Especially in the industry like that you're in, like the music, film, there's a lot of haters.
Yeah, you know, that comes with the territory, man, and there's a lot of egos that go into it. And another thing is, I believe, this could be another message for the youth, is like, you don't have to be an asshole to get what you want. You don't have to be an arsehole to get the relationships you want or to get to the place you have. You know, you just got to look after the people who are looking after you, and you got to do right by the people. And, you know, it will come. The right people, you got to find your team, and you got to find the right people who are going to align with your vision. 100%.
Being yourself is like probably the most important thing in life. Because when you lose touch with who you are, then you lose touch with your world. That's what I say. When you lose who you are as a person and you start to put up these fronts, start to be this person that you're not, and like kind of shift your personality depending on who you're hanging out with, it's a dangerous place to be in. Dangerous.
Absolutely. You're as good as the mates you hang around with.
100%. Productive environment. Last thing, a quote you live by. Any quote or...
Oh, I wish I came prepared. Fuck
the haters.
I would say carpe diem, YOLO, and love thy neighbor.
Oh, there you go. Love the quote. What we're going to do before we head off, we're going to have the popcorn flaming Cheetos. Shout out to Cheetos. How do you go with chili?
Not too good.
Oh, it's fucking popcorn. There you go.
Couple?
Yeah, as much as you want.
All right.
Alright, I'm going to have some. I'm not a big fan of chili. I'm white, so...
I usually grabbed a handful.
Alright, let's have a look, 3, 2, 1.
Oh,
It's going to hit.
You reckon?
Not too bad. I have more on the tongue. Why am I eating them still?
Oh my god.
It turns a bit, eh?
It's like, it's like my nerves at the back of my head's like tingling.
Yeah. I want to say thanks for coming. Every outro's been done on chili chips, everyone. So it's getting better, actually. No, it's not. I want to say thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. Sharing your story, sharing the Neverland stuff and everything you do and kind of digging into that. And my mouth's fucking burning. But
I only took a little.
But I do appreciate it. And I think a lot of people will take it out of. And we're kind of keen to see what's next for H.
Nah, thanks for having me. Shout out to Cody. Shout out to TapTap. Shout out to Journey 2. Appreciate it.
No, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Sick on.
Thank you for watching the Tap Tap podcast. We will be back next week or week after. But hey, stay tuned and we'll see you next week.